the concept of the film is that you have two guys, I think, not unlike a lot of people nowadays, who lose their jobs and are just a little bit older than growing up in the age of learning a lot of the skills that are popular in the tech industry. So they sort of lose their jobs, feel like their lives haven't really amounted to a lot. And my character gets an idea that, you know, that Google's a place where there's a lot of possibilities. It feels like a phenomenal place to work, where there's nap pods and ping pong tables and volleyball courts and lots of places to eat in restaurants, and also that they're doing really interesting stuff and cool stuff. And, you know, why not us? Why can't we go, and why can't we be a part of that? The only problem, of course, being that we don't have any of the skills that you would necessarily think that you would need to go to a place like this. So I think the fun of the movie is our characters kind of at rock bottom sort of feel like, why not take a chance at the best place to work at, where it seems the most exciting, where it's filled with the most possibilities. But of course, me and Owen are a little bit older than the rest of the interns, who are all kind of college age, and, you know, much older than people kind of willing to kind of enter at a starting level in our lives. We've already had a career, or more of a job in our case. And so we're a lot older than the other kids that are competing in the program. And plus, they've all gone to, you know, the top schools and have been the top performers at those schools. So Owen and myself are in a little bit of a different starting point at the starting line than the rest of the kids. You know, I grew up in the middle of America, and these guys are from middle America as well, and they get an opportunity to go here to Northern California, which is beautiful, and to Google, which is just an amazing campus and complex. So it's really like entering into the chocolate factory or to Oz. It's unlike anything I ever saw growing up, and most people have. I came up with this idea and thought that it would be something that would be fun for both of us, kind of playing salesman. Owen's very funny and makes me laugh, but he's also a very good actor. He's very grounded, and you really kind of believe him. I think a key component for this film is that there's a lot of comedy, but I think the comedy in this movie comes out of really relatable situations and sometimes painful situations. But you also really need to trust these characters and believe them. There's an authenticness to their journey that they take that you really want audiences to relate to. These guys really do go through some tough things in the first act, which I think a lot of people are going through, or know people that are. And they really do just want to have a chance to have their life matter, to do something that they're excited about. They feel like they've sort of woken up in a situation that's turned very badly, and they want to take kind of a last shot at a dream. So I think as much as it's comedic, you really also want to be able to buy these characters, buy into their circumstance, and root for them and have it matter to you as an audience. I always thought that Sean had a great optimism to him, and always had kind of a hopefulness in his filmmaking, and a sort of a grandness to it. And he's also a very funny guy, and in real life he's got a very good sense of humor. And I think he has a lot of great skills that are unique, that all sort of come into play in this movie, because you want the movie to look very big. You're creating a world that's spectacular and really commands sort of to be shot in a way that's complementary to the impact that the world has, which is Google. Which Sean has. Also the comedy, he's as funny as anybody. And also I think the thing that Sean has is really a connection to sort of hope and to a human optimism that ultimately is underneath the films. And I was even more impressed in seeing the place than what I had imagined. And I really didn't understand it when I wrote the first draft, that I didn't understand that the interns were, you know, not people that were just going to go do someone's laundry or get coffee or run errands, that these were, you know, kids coming or at the top schools with unbelievable grades, and they actually put them to work right away. And I had to learn just sort of the language and the culture of the place. So, yeah, we had a great relationship right away. And then, of course, Sean was excited, which I was thankful for, and came a part of the film. And then we just continued to collaborate with Google and make sure that we were getting the language correct as far as when we were talking about technology, or what would be the correct way of saying or doing things. And we would say lines that we had no idea what they meant in the movie, but were accurate to sort of how code would be, or on the technical side of stuff. What makes the movie fun is you sort of buy our way into the world, and it's done very much in a comedic tone, but there's real stakes to the film. I mean, there's a real back against the wall feeling where these guys are concerned that this is really their last shot. They don't have much to go back to. They really have ran out of options, and this is something that they really need to make work.